Hello. So I've been playing with resin and a lot of it is Christmas. This mould is from a company called Moulds and Shapes. They are based in the Netherlands, I want to say. And I absolutely love the moulds. So I did get Christmas ones. I have got a couple of others coming as well. I did treat myself because I love them so much. But I've started making Christmas decorations and a lot more. So I've mixed up a lot of resin here. Mostly because I couldn't find the scales, so I just mixed the whole 2 bottles together, you know, as you do. But I decided if I start Christmas and then I make other bits, to be honest, the flowers and things can go in for Christmas as well. I was thinking like Christmas roses and things, so the butterflies I just love, but these ones here. So what I've done is I've mixed epoxy resin, fast cure, and I'm separating it out now because it's very warm here in the UK at the minute and I didn't want it to flash cure. So what I'm going to do is in the Moulds and Shapes mould, I'm going to put in some clear. I've sprayed it with alcohol there just to stop any bubbles and things. I'm going to pop in some clear but not fill it right up. And then when I add the colours in, it should crackle. And it does actually, it turns out really, really good. I have sped this whole video up just a little bit because it was very, very long. And doing a voiceover for that long, yes, I love to talk, but oh my gosh, it would end up where I was just talking absolute rubbish. I mean, it might do already because, I mean, it's 15 minutes long, but you know. So what I'm doing here is I'm making a mess, basically. I tipped resin everywhere, so what I was doing is I was scraping it back into the actual mould bits. And then this here is glitter shards. It's like really, really chunky. And I thought, oh, let's give that a go. Why not? I use alcohol inks. I use mica powders. I'm trying to think what else I used. I'm having a look about. And I think that's it. I think it was mica powders, alcohol inks this time. I don't think I used any pigment paste. But there we go. I'm using some gold. I'm using some like pearly colour. Some pink. Oh no, the pearly one I put away because it wasn't open. And it annoyed us. As you do. The patience of a flip-flop here. But mix it all the way in. Make sure you mix it up really, really well. Because if the mica powder is not properly mixed into the epoxy, you could end up with lumps that like float, and it just doesn't look right. So I've got pink, gold, and blue. I used two mica powders and an alcohol ink. It actually turns out you can't really see the blue much on a lot of the Christmas moulds. But what I was aiming for here was more the crackle. I thought if the pink and the blue show, that's fine. If it's just the pink and the gold, that's absolutely fine as well. Obviously, whatever hits the mould first is what you're going to be able to see. So the clear, and then whatever colours come down next is what you're going to be able to see. Unless you give them a stir and a poke about. So I do leave it a little while and go back and mix a couple of them together, like swirl them. But some of them I didn't want to swirl because I just wanted to see what would happen. Like these ones here, you can see where it's kind of gone green when it's hit the yellow gold. But you can't actually really see them. But the backs of the actual decorations as well are very, very pretty. So it worked out where the front is very pretty and the back's very pretty, which is what you want with a Christmas decoration, I think. So I'm not sad about it at all. But what I wanted was the big bauble decorations, so the bell and the 2 roundy ones. I wanted them to just leave to do their thing and crackle. Obviously the rocky horse, the angel and the stocking I mess about with a little bit more. Now this butterfly, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. But you risk getting bubbles in, hence the fact I'm squidging it all over the place, making an absolute mess. But I did not end up with any bubbles in it. This one is a hand cut mould. And it's cut really, really bad. So I haven't filled it all the way up, which means you do have to trim quite a bit at the end. But I've left that in. I've left everything in, except for adding rhinestones at the end. I forgot to press record, you know, as we do. So this here is a tiny, tiny little gift box. And it will be perfect if you're giving jewellery, if you're giving a ring, if you're giving earrings, anything like that for Christmas. And it turns out super cute. Just wait until you see it at the end. So this here is a silicone tool, and I'm just trying to eliminate any bubbles. I do end up with bubbles in this, so I always seem to end up, when I do the resin jars, any shape, any size, I do always end up with bubbles around the edge. It doesn't really make any difference to the design. You can't actually really tell very much because of the way it is, so it's not the end of the world, and it's just the nature of resin. Unless you've got a vacuum chamber or bubble remover, then even then you could end up with bubbles. It's no guarantee. But the alcohol, I use 99% rubbing alcohol, and that does help. Also, putting the alcohol inks into the mould like this over the butterfly, the butterfly does help as well, obviously, because it's alcohol. I try not to use a torch to get the bubbles out. I mainly try to spray it with alcohol. But if I do use a torch, I use a long neck lighter, because there's less chance of it ruining your molds. All these are absolutely gorgeous. I don't think there's one I don't like. I'm looking now, and I honestly don't think there's one I don't like. I think, if anything, the little turtle that I do, I would maybe use a different glitter, but even he looks really quite cool. He looks like a turtle glitter ball. So I'm just adding in all the resin, trying to use it all up, making sure I don't waste anything. At this point, I'm starting to think like, oh, is it too many colours? Is it too much? So here's my little turtle or tortoise. And I do think, as I start, I'm like, oh, is it too much? But it turns out really nice. The way I put the glitter shards in the butterfly, that is absolutely stunning as well. And yes, I just love it so much. So I'm using all the resin up, poking about, trying to make sure there's no bubbles about, trying to make sure that it's all even. I'm trying to clean around the moulds to try and eliminate as much trimming as possible. Quite a lot of them still need a trim. The only ones that didn't need trimming at all was the Molds and Shape mould, the Christmas one. That was spot on. No trimming at all. There's no sharp edges, and they're going to look absolutely beautiful on the tree. I'm so excited. And decorating them, it's unlimited. Once you've poured them like this, you could leave them as is or decorate them, go crazy. I mean, look at that butterfly. Look at it. I love it. So I'm going to unmould. I think I'll unmould everything for you. See that one there? I was looking at it now and I was thinking, uh-oh, because some of these are not shiny molds. Some of them actually turn out matte. In fact, I think it was only the butterfly and one flower, but they turn out really, really nice. So some of them I do demould the little box. I couldn't get it out. I decided to just do that off camera like this. I try again. It's very annoying. I couldn't get it off. But this one here as well, this one would be absolutely beautiful on a Christmas tree or just hanging in a window and things if you pour it in clear. Love this so much. Turned out super cute. I'm putting them all back so you can see them. The turtle or the tortoise looks really, really rubbish there, but once you add in your detail, look at that. Look at it. These ones do need trimming though. The backs of them are insanely untidy. So I do still need to sand them back. You can also drill holes in them and make them into Christmas decorations yourself. This one is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I take an oil pen to a lot of these. So oil metallic pens, which means they will stay. Oh, this one I poured off as well. And it is a matte mould also. It's a candle mould. But if you spray this with gloss varnish, it's beautiful. And it's just an angel. So look at these. Look at that. Look at the crackle on that. And that one works out perfect. This one I'd pulled down the different colours with the tool. These ones, crackle is perfect. On the back, see, it still looks beautiful on the back. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And all these little extra stars, you can use them for whatever. I thought about using them on the actual decorations, but then I decided not to. I got the rhinestones out. Here's me trimming the backs. See, some of them, with them being like hand cut molds and things, they're not very tidy, so you don't need to fill them all the way up. Especially the butterflies. The rest, I think that was just me being untidy. But if you don't do this, the resin can be very, very sharp. So I trim the worst off and then I'll sand it down so it's nice and tidy. And if it's really, really bad, what I would do is I'll do a layer of UV resin to tidy it all up. On the bottoms, I don't think any of them are that untidy, to be honest. I'm having a look now. No, I think the butterflies are the worst, but I think once they're sanded down, it'll be absolutely fine. The flowers seem fine. Yeah, I think it was more on a lot of them was me being untidy when I was pouring it, because I did actually spill it at first, and I'm not the tidiest of people. Basically, I call the craft room the room of doom. So if you're still here, anyway, I'm live 2-3 times a week. I've got, I think there's over 300, maybe it's 400 now, videos, live videos and different things. So if you are still here, do subscribe. Yeah, subscribe, because we'll do everything here. I love arts and crafts. I love resin. I love paper crafts. I love mixed media. There's a bit of everything there. I have been told that maybe just stick to one particular craft and try and grow the channel off that. But I can't. I like doing everything, and I want to do everything. So I've done clay, you name it. So here I'm using Christmas stickers. They are a pet sticker, which means they are a clear film with opaque images. They are waterproof. Absolutely love them. You can use them for so many different crafts. You can build up paper crafts, cards, resin, you name it. So these are the pens I'm using. They are the oil ones, so they do dry permanent. But what I do on all of these is I go over with a layer of UV resin. Now, UV resin on Christmas decorations, things like that's absolutely perfect. But if you're gonna they're gonna get hot, they're gonna be used a lot, I would always go with an epoxy resin layer. But these are absolutely fine. I can't imagine these having any issues with UV resin over the top at all. It is a top coat. It will hold that sticker down perfectly well, and it gives it a nice domed effect. Just finishes off nice. If you're not adding anything else, I mean, to be honest, I could have put the sticker on and not done anything else to it, but I just think this finishes it off really, really nice. If you didn't want to add the stickers, you could just leave it as is. I think they're very, very pretty. They look cool, but I do get the rhinestones out. This one here, I thought Christmas roses. They look like Christmas roses. I think they blossom, but they look so nice on this angel. This angel, I love it so, so much. So I have started Christmas, but Halloween is what I'm really looking forward to, and I have got some Halloween things coming. So watch out. There will be mixed media Halloween. There will be Halloween resin, possibly even Halloween clay, you name it. I love it. I also do a thing, it's called Colour Your World, and anybody can join. It can be any craft at all, and it is in its 3rd year, and it is once a month. We'll give colours out with a prompt, and we'll make something based on that. It could be absolutely anything at all, and it's just an idea of getting your crafty mojo going. It is taking you out of your comfort zone. Maybe it's getting you to use something that you maybe didn't before. So yeah, join. It's in the playlist. And it's just really good fun. On the lives, I've got such a lovely group of ladies that come in, and men that come in, and we'll have a good chat. Obviously, if you can't get into live, that's absolutely fine. The videos are on there forever. I am very much, it is what it is. So I don't edit anything out. If something goes wrong, I will absolutely leave it in, because not everything goes smoothly at all, ever. It's the same for everybody. See, this is the UV resin I'm using, and I'm holding my hand over the top because I've got a big window. I don't know why I thought that would stop the UV rays getting onto it. But anyway, that's what we're doing. That's what we're going with. Me putting my hand around like I'm at school. And I'm just using an old paintbrush that I've already used with UV resin and hardened to sort of spread it out. And just watch how much that sticker pops afterwards. In fact, it makes everything pop that little bit more. It's beautiful. I don't think I leave them all in. I think this would get pretty boring if I left everything in. Like I say, the rhinestones, I didn't press record, but it's just sticking them on. I use the E6000 glue, but you can get B7000. You can get so many different rhinestone glues. I do take the heat gun to this to make all the bubbles pop, and it sort of spreads the resin a little bit more, which again gives a lovely effect. And then I just use the UV light over the top of it. My UV light is a Let's Resin one. I'm using a high viscosity, I think it's J. Dixon UV resin on this one. Yeah. So just making sure it's all to the edges. It's the power of trying not to make it go over the edges. It's the surface tension that keeps it on. If it does go over the edge, it's not a problem. You can just trim it back. Where there's a will, there's a way. I am holding the light up higher at first, because if you cure UV resin when it's a big space too much, it can crinkle. But here we go, finished pictures. Not great pictures, but they are pictures. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you come along to the lives. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now.